crypto formula that can help you potentially turn a $100 investment into $12,900. But before we dive into the training, I want to point out two things. First, the beauty of this online training is that you can ask questions and I can answer them in real time. So you should see a chat box somewhere on your screen. Go ahead and type hello in the chat box now so you can get comfortable with it. If you have any questions during the presentation, just type in your question and I'll answer as many as I can at the end. Second, I need to point you to this important disclaimer. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but it is vital that you understand that all investing carries risk of loss, and that's why it's important you never invest more than you can afford to lose. With that out of the way, let's get into the training. You may see a blinking light on your screen now. Do not adjust your monitor. This blinking light means there is an immediate profit opportunity available to you right now. In fact, it's possible that because of this blinking light, you could potentially turn as little as $100 into a $12,900 windfall in the coming weeks. So please stop whatever you're doing right now and pay close attention to this urgent presentation. Here's what this is all about. I'm sure by now you've heard of Bitcoin. Since it was created in 2009, Bitcoin has been the hottest investment on the planet. And if you're like most people, you'd give your right arm to be able to go back to 2009 and buy Bitcoin before it became so expensive. What you may not know is that there's a new cryptocurrency similar to Bitcoin that could give you even bigger profits in the coming months compared to buying Bitcoin. Right now, you can buy as much as you want of this brand new cryptocurrency for pocket change. And in the coming weeks and months, this brand new cryptocurrency could easily soar 1,000% or even 10,000% or more. During this narrow buying window, you could invest a small amount, like $100, and snap up thousands of coins of this new cryptocurrency. To put that in perspective, if you could have gotten your hands on $100 worth of Bitcoins back in 2009, you could buy your own private island today. If you'd bought $100 worth of a cryptocurrency called Ethereum a few years back, you'd now have over a $250,000 windfall. Keep in mind, you could have purchased Ethereum for about 30 cents per coin during its ICO. That's initial coin offering. An initial coin offering is a narrow window of time where you can actually buy in at the ground floor of a new digital currency. It's similar to the initial public offering for a new stock, except the profit potential with ICOs is massively bigger. And even though it's digital money, all it takes is a few clicks of the mouse to convert your gains into regular money that you can use to pay off your mortgage, buy a new car, finally take that dream vacation, or whatever else you desire. Now, most people don't know this, but in 2018, hundreds of new cryptocurrencies will be born. And just like with initial public offerings in the stock market, some investments will fizzle, but a few will soar. But I've developed a strange formula that can actually predict which ICOs are most likely to soar. I call it the Spark formula. The Spark formula is a 5-part formula that I use to pinpoint exactly which ICOs have the most profit potential. Every day I comb through my personal intelligence network, which includes the best and brightest minds in the cryptocurrency field. It's part of my daily process of hunting down what could become the next Bitcoin. And when I find any new cryptocurrencies, I always run them through my formula before I'll even consider investing. If it passes my 5-part Spark test, I know an ICO has the potential to explode. But if it fails any part of my Spark formula, I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole, and neither should you. Let me show you an example. A few months back, I started to hear rumors about an upcoming cryptocurrency with massive profit potential. Even though at this point most people had never even heard of this under-the-radar cryptocurrency, I knew it could have life-changing profit potential if it passed my 5-part Spark formula. You can see for yourself what happened next. Okay, so last year, most people were just hearing of Bitcoin, and almost nobody had heard of this up-and-coming cryptocurrency called Ethereum. This opens up a huge profit opportunity, because by the early parts of 2017, Bitcoin was already over $1,000 per coin. But you could have bought coins in Ethereum for just about 6 cents a piece during its ICO period. So just with a $100 investment in Ethereal, you could have snapped up over 1,600 coins. Of course, you wouldn't want to touch any new cryptocurrency unless it passes all 5 parts of my Spark formula. But once all 5 parts of the formula are fulfilled, that's when you know you've got a true moonshot opportunity in front of you. And as you can see in this example, guided by the Spark formula, you could have bought into Ethereal long before the general public and seen an initial investment of just $100 turn into $12,900 at the peak. That's the kind of profit potential these new cryptocurrencies have. Now, this was not an isolated occurrence. As I said, I spend hours a day hunting for these profit opportunities, and I'm spotting these with incredible regularity. Here's another one. This is a cryptocurrency called Qtum. Don't be surprised if you've never heard of it. Almost nobody has. But last year, I started to hear whispers and rumors about Qtum. So naturally, I applied my 5-part Spark formula to see if this investment had true moonshot potential. I think you know what happens next. Qtum passed all 5 parts of my formula, which meant I now consider this an immediate buy. Had you known about the Spark formula last year, you would have loaded up on Qtum for about 29 cents per coin. And over the next few weeks, Qtum soared an incredible 6,270% at the peak. Now here's an important fact. In 2017, 706 new cryptocurrencies were born. Over 95% of them flopped. So if you think you can build wealth by throwing darts at a few random cryptocurrencies and hoping to hit a winner, you're sorely mistaken. In 2017, my Spark formula eliminated over 96% of cryptocurrencies, ruling them out as potential investments. Of the remaining 25 that passed my strict Spark formula requirements, I think you'll be amazed to know that 22 soared. That's an 88% hit rate. The losses were tiny and utterly insignificant. A loss of 65% on DRT or DOM Raider, a loss of 20% on CCT or Crystal Clear, and a loss of 11% on ART or Masonus. All good opportunities at the time, but they just didn't pan out. But the winners were huge. In fact, the average winning crypto identified by my formula soared an astounding 2,226% at the peak. Don't be surprised if you haven't heard of these. Almost nobody had at the time. But thanks to my Spark formula, I'm able to find these winning cryptos long before the average crypto investor. Check these out. 1,869% gains on a cryptocurrency called Melonport. A 3,541% gain on Edgeless. A 1,300% gain on Gnosis. Of course, it's unreasonable to expect massive gains on every single ICO. Chainlink only soared 453% after its ICO, and 10x soared a modest 605% after its ICO. Even still, a single $100 investment placed on any of those ICOs last year could have brought back a true windfall profit. Now, just so we're clear, I'm not promising that you could have jumped on every single one of these recommendations, or that you would have sold at the peak for maximum gains. You need to set your sights a little bit lower than that because no one can predict the peak of any investment. But even if you were able to nab just 1,000% on only a handful of the winning ICO recommendations my formula picked in 2017, I think you'll agree that could have still resulted in a life-changing amount of money. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the Spark formula to find the next crypto profit opportunity. That's right, I'm going to give you all parts of my exclusive formula, so by the end of this webinar, you'll know exactly how to go after massive profits. Let me show you how it works. First, you should know that aside from Bitcoin, there are over 1,300 other cryptocurrencies. But where do they all come from? In other words, how is a new cryptocurrency born? Well, it happens during a process called an initial coin offering. Initial coin offerings, or ICOs, operate a lot like IPOs, the initial public offering, when a company makes its shares of stock available to the public for the first time. You probably already know that IPOs can be wildly profitable. but ICOs have even bigger profit potential. In fact, I believe, short of buying a winning lottery ticket, that picking the right ICO to invest in will offer the biggest profit opportunities, the biggest by a mile. Consider this. If you had bought Ethereum, the second most popular cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin, during its initial coin offering, you'd now be up over 80,000%. A crypto coin called Nexus is up over 65,000%, and another one called Monero is up over 10,000%. Like I said before, it's not appropriate to put the mortgage money on any of these investments. Put the mortgage money to the mortgage. But if you have an extra $100 left over and you're willing to go after once-in-a-lifetime gains, then you might want to consider investing in an upcoming ICO. Who knows? A $100 investment in the right ICO could end up paying off your mortgage. By the way, that's not just empty hype. There are dozens of stories of people who paid off their mortgages thanks to timely investments in the right cryptocurrencies. But as I said, it's all about finding the right cryptocurrencies at the right times. So today, I'd like to share the first part of the strange formula I've developed for spotting the initial coin offerings that are most likely to skyrocket. Most likely, I said, not guaranteed. I don't have a crystal ball, and I've already said multiple times, these are not investments for your nest egg. These are highly speculative investments that could go bust, or they could pay off your mortgage, or even your kids' mortgages in a matter of weeks. Now let me introduce the formula that makes it easy to tell which initial coin offering, or ICO, can give you returns even bigger than what Bitcoin buyers see. Here are two potential ICOs that I recently evaluated. The S in the SPARK formula stands for Sound Business Plan. That might sound pretty basic, but you'd be amazed at how many of these cryptocurrencies are launched with nothing more than a fancy-sounding name and a flashy website. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum achieved their dominance in the marketplace today because they were launched with a sound business plan. So the first thing I look for is a sound business plan. If I don't see that right out of the gate, I'm not touching it. Here's a great example of what I want to avoid. Just days after the initial coin offering, the value dropped down to nearly $0. I investigated this ICO and found that it didn't pass the first part of my SPARK method test. It didn't have a sound business plan. And as you can see, it would have been wise to avoid this one, as it turned out to be a loser. Any money invested into this would have been flushed down the toilet. In fact, one big red flag I look for is a phony business plan. It's really nothing more than a copy and paste hack job with a few changed words. I've actually seen this a few times, when someone literally copies the business plan from another business and tries to pass it off as their own. So if you take nothing else from this presentation, remember this. If an initial coin offering doesn't pass all 5 parts of the SPARK method, don't touch it. There are plenty of other business opportunities out there. For example, around the same time I started looking at an ICO by the name of Etherroll. Now, Etherroll passed the first part of my SPARK formula because they actually had a sound business plan in place. Don't worry, I'll show you the next parts of the SPARK formula soon. But for now, just know that Etherroll passed all 5 components of my SPARK formula by the end of February. Even though most Bitcoin buyers had never heard of Etherroll, I knew that on February 27th, this had the potential to be a true once-in-a-lifetime investment. You can see for yourself what happened next. Etherroll proposed an extremely unique idea. It allowed users to make a game out of cryptocurrency. What may have started as child's play suddenly became the real deal for investors when its value skyrocketed to over $8. This resulted in over nearly 13,000% gains. Just think, Etherroll was available for mere pennies on the dollar back in its funding phase. This was not an isolated occurrence. As I said, I spend hours a day hunting for these profit opportunities, and I'm spotting these with incredible regularity. Here's another one. This is Qtum, a coin that didn't just disrupt an industry, it created something entirely new when the Qtum team combined the best qualities of other blockchain technologies and made it much more business friendly. During its funding phase, you could have bought one coin for only 30 cents. On January 7th, 2018, it ended up peaking at $106 for a 6,270% gain. Remember, the first part of the SPARK formula is a sound business plan. If an ICO doesn't have that, it's probably not going to be a big winner, so pass if you don't see a sound business plan in place. The next thing I look for is if the ICO in question has passed the initial funding goal. This is really important, and I'll tell you why. When a company launches an ICO, they set an initial funding target. Kickstarter uses the same concept. Kickstarter is a crowdfunding website where people will dream up product ideas and then try to raise enough money to make the product idea a reality. Probably the most famous example of a successful Kickstarter campaign was the Oculus virtual reality glasses. Entrepreneur Palmer Luckey set up a Kickstarter to raise $250,000 to build his initial prototype. Well, people loved the idea, and he quickly hit his initial fundraising goal. Eventually, Oculus was acquired by Facebook for $2 billion. That's right, billion. This wasn't a surprise to anyone who saw how quickly the Kickstarter campaign got funded. In a sense, with this model, you post your idea on the internet and people vote with their dollars. If you hit your funding target quickly, you've probably got a winning idea. But if the only people that are willing to invest in your Kickstarter campaign are your mom and her 2 friends, then chances are the project is going to flop. ICO funding works in much the same way. The new ICOs that show the most promise and that people are most excited for tend to hit their funding goals pretty quickly. And when they do, that's another positive sign for us that this ICO could end up being a potential moonshot. Now, here's a secret you won't hear anywhere else. There's a sweet spot when you're looking at ICOs that haven't yet been funded. If you buy in at the early stages, there are often a lot of bonuses. For example, an ICO might offer an ultra-low price on their coins if you buy in before they hit 10% of their funding target. So it's true you can make a little bit of extra money if you get in earlier. However, remember, we're viewing this vetting process as people voting with their dollars. We want to follow the crowd, not lead the pack. Pioneers end up with arrows in their backs, as the saying goes. But once an ICO is fully funded, meaning they've hit 100% of their funding target, then you can no longer buy in and you're locked out from the ICO stage. The key is finding the sweet spot. After monitoring practically every ICO that happened in the last few years, I've uncovered the sweet spot for predicting with almost foolproof certainty which ICOs will soar. And I'm going to share this hard-won information with you now. Here it is. The sweet spot is 90%. When an ICO surpasses 90% of their funding target, that's when it's safe to buy in. At that point, it's almost a virtual certainty that they will hit 100% of their funding target, which exponentially increases your chances of seeing a huge gain. So that's the second part of my Spark formula. Don't ever invest in an ICO unless it has hit 90% of the funding target. Next, I look for the team behind the ICO. This is the third part of the formula, the A in Spark. I want to see a team with cryptocurrency experience. If the names behind the ICO are well known and respected in the industry, then that's another positive sign that this ICO could be a game changer. However, if the group behind the ICO consists of a couple of mysterious guys that nobody's ever heard of, that is a huge red flag, and I'd caution you to stay away. Here's an example. Let's take a look at Diamond Coin, a company that experienced a fully funded crowd sale, meaning they sold 100% of their available tokens. While having a strong funding phase is great, it wasn't enough in this case. The Diamond Coin team did not have any serious cryptocurrency experience and became less responsive as time went on, eventually shutting down their website altogether. The coin rapidly dropped in value, and ICO participants were left with disappointment. Now, on the other hand, we have Ethereum, which as of right now is the second most popular cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin. Ethereum's team was made up of some of the most intelligent pioneers at the forefront of cryptocurrency, information technology, and business development. Think about this. During Ethereum's funding phase, you could have bought in at 31 cents. One Ether coin is now trading at over $1,300. That is what having an all-star team can do for an ICO. So that's the first three parts of my private Spark formula. My complete Spark formula gives you the potential to spot the ICOs with the biggest profit potential. I believe finding a winning ICO may be the only way left for the little guy to go after huge gains in 2018. But you have to know which ones have potential to soar and which ones are destined to flop. Remember, look for a sound business plan. an ICO that's passed 90% of its funding target, and an ICO with a solid team in place. When you find an ICO that checks those boxes, you'll know there's potential for massive gains. That brings us to the fourth part of the formula. The fourth part, the R in Spark, stands for Remarkable White Paper. Now, what is a white paper? Well, if you want to get technical, it's an informational document issued by a company to promote or highlight the features of a solution, product, or service. In plain English, it's like a resume for a company or a product. If you were a small business owner, you wouldn't hire a new employee without first asking to see their resume. In the same way, you should never invest in an ICO unless their resume or white paper blows you away. So let's first take a look at what you want to avoid. On the left, we have a white paper for SONM. It's a decentralized world computer. SONM's ICO ended in June of 2017. On the right, we have the white paper for DADI, an active ICO that is in progress as we speak. It may be hard to tell in the video, but DADI plagiarized most of their white paper by simply copying and pasting large elements of SONM's white paper into theirs. Many prominent members of the crypto community, myself included, noticed. Since then, DADI has actually removed their white paper from their website altogether. This is a massive red flag. On the other hand, we have an example of what a good white paper looks like. This is just one page of the Edgeless white paper, a now completed ICO that wanted to create an online cryptocurrency casino. But even in just this one page, it instantly passes the eye test. It's extremely easy to read, formatted well, and includes graphics to help visualize some of the more complicated concepts that they're talking about. If you read the rest of their white paper, you'll quickly understand why the Edgeless team was so excited about this new business venture, and why there was limitless potential for their new coin. ICO participants could have bought Edgeless at only 3.9 cents per coin. At its highest, Edgeless was trading at $1.42. That would have been an incredible 3,541% gain. This is yet another example of how powerful the Spark method is at picking ICO winners. The fifth and final piece of the Spark formula is the most important part. The K stands for Key Solution for Unsatisfied Need. A lot of the ICOs launched these days are nothing more than cash grabs. Take Lydian Coin, for example. This was an ICO that was promoted by Paris Hilton. What did this coin do? Well, that's a really good question. Multiple experts couldn't figure out what purpose this coin actually served. Did the world need this? Did this solve a problem? I'd say no, and it looks like the Spark formula was right. This coin fizzled shortly after launch. Or how about Car Taxi? This was an ICO designed for those who need to call a taxi for their car. Maybe it's just me, but isn't that just a tow truck? Again, did people really need this? Did this solve a long-standing problem? Once again, I've got to say no, and the Spark formula was proven right once again. This coin opened at about 7 cents when it started trading on the exchanges, and as of today, it's at 7 cents. One of the more impressive ICOs I saw in 2017 was Neblio. This was a coin created with the intent to make it easier for computer programmers to connect their work to the blockchain. The blockchain is the underlying technology that makes Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies work. But until now, even most savvy computer programmers had no easy way to start building their next project on top of the blockchain. So, Neblio was built on the premise of solving an actual problem, not creating an alternative tow truck for your car. As a result, I would have expected it to do well, and believe it or not, it did. Based on my Spark formula, you would have known this was a good opportunity to make a buy in the fall of 2017 when the price was about 20 cents per coin. Before long, this coin shot up to $5.74 per coin for an amazing 2,673% gain. Now, I've given you my entire Spark formula for finding ICOs that are most likely to rise. As I said before, there's no such thing as a method that picks winners 100% of the time. But in 2017, my Spark method was about as good as you can get. Take a look at the total results here. Now, I've blocked out some of my proprietary information, but you can plainly see what kind of results are possible when you pick the right ICO and jump on board early. As I've said multiple times now, not every investment works out. and you must be prepared to take a small loss from time to time. I have nothing to hide, so I'm happy to point out a couple of instances where even something as powerful as my Spark formula did not result in a gain. Because I imagine any investor would happily eat a couple small losses every now and then in exchange for the chance to go after potential gains of 3,541%, 5,471%, or even 12,900% in just a few weeks. If I add up all the potential gains and losses on the ICOs that my Spark method would have found in 2017, the results are astronomical. 2017 total results of ICOs based on Spark formula selection, 46,661%. Think about that for a second. Now, you can take what I've just shown you and try to find the next ICO that's primed to soar. Honestly, armed with the Spark formula and nothing more, I'm convinced you could do better than 99% of crypto investors out there today. But there's an even easier method. If you prefer, you can let me do all the work. I'll do all of the legwork, sifting through dozens of ICOs daily, tracking down the founders behind each of the ICOs, going over each white paper and each business plan with a fine-toothed comb until I've weeded out everything except the best of the best. And when I think I find what represents the single best profit opportunity, I'll contact you directly with my findings and my specific buy instructions. I'll tell you exactly how much profit you stand to make, and I'll tell you exactly when it's time to take profits off the table. Right now, I'm currently monitoring an active cryptocurrency profit opportunity, which I believe could yield bigger gains than Bitcoin in the coming months. When this up-and-coming cryptocurrency passes the final portion of my Spark formula, I'll send you an immediate buy recommendation bulletin, complete with step-by-step instructions detailing how to buy this cryptocurrency, exactly how much to pay, and what kind of profits we're shooting for. It's something I do for members of my Crypto Profit Alert membership group. This is the brand new program from Profits Run designed to make it simple and easy for you to start investing in cryptocurrencies. Let me give you a quick tour and show you everything you'll receive as a charter member of the Crypto Profit Alert program. Each week I'll send you my newest cryptocurrency recommendations. I'll tell you what to buy, at what price, how to buy, where to buy it, and what kind of profit potential we're shooting for. These come directly from me, Michael James. And I promise, I'll make everything straightforward and simple. No nerd talk or industry jargon here. Each week, I'll be alerting you to new trading opportunities, keeping you fully informed on changing market conditions and upcoming action items, and updating you on existing profit opportunities. Of course, I'll let you know when it is time to take profit off the table. And I'll give you step-by-step instructions and online video tutorials to make everything safe, simple, and easy. Remember, you can follow as many or as few of the recommendations as you like. You stay in complete control of your investments at all times. I'll be handing you my best profit opportunities served up direct to your inbox each week. But you can pick and choose to follow as many or as few of the trade ideas as you like. Plus, I've prepared the following fast action bonuses, free with your Crypto Profit Alert membership. To celebrate the launch of this brand new program, if you join today, while we're still accepting new members, I'm going to kick in instant access to this free training called Crypto Investing for Beginners. It's a $49 value, but it's yours today, absolutely free. So, even if you've never bought a cryptocurrency before, or even if this is your first time hearing about cryptocurrencies, you'll find everything you need to get started in this online tutorial. We'll also give you a free copy of the Crypto Safeguard Plan. It's sad, but almost every single day I see a news story where someone wakes up and finds all their digital cryptocurrencies either lost, stolen, or just gone. It doesn't have to be that way. There's a simple step-by-step plan you can follow that ensures your digital currencies will always stay safe and secure. This is easily a $200 real-world value when you consider how much others have lost in the past. But again, I'm giving you this bonus training free with your membership today. If you can't wait to get started, then this Quick Start video training guide will be perfect for you. Even if you've never bought a cryptocurrency before, the video Quick Start guide that you watch right on your computer will teach you everything you need to know to get started with cryptocurrency investing, In just minutes, I'll show you step-by-step instructions on everything from how to open your first cryptocurrency account, how to fund your account, how to buy your first cryptocurrency, how to withdraw your profits, and how to get help if you'll ever need it, and more. I've seen universities charging upwards of $300 per credit hour for this type of instruction, but you're getting this video quick start guide for free. This report details the up-and-coming ICOs that I'm tracking right now, including the 10-cent crypto that could give bigger gains than Bitcoin in the coming months. While I'm excited about that particular coin, I always like to keep one in the hopper, as they say. So in the extremely unlikely case that this particular ICO falls short of my admittedly lofty expectations, don't worry. I've got at least 4 more ground floor ICO opportunities on my radar, and any one of them can add a 0 or 2 or 3 to your bank account balance. The great thing about these high-risk, high-reward speculations is that you've only got to be right once to secure a windfall. Considering that any one of these up-and-coming cryptocurrencies could turn a $100 investment into a fortune, it's impossible for me to assign a value to this report. Even $5,000 would end up being far too cheap if just one of these investments hits. I'm not asking you to pay $5,000 for this report. In fact, I'm giving you this exclusive research report for free with your membership under one condition. You must digitally sign a legally binding non-disclosure agreement before I'll give you access to my cryptocurrency recommendations. No exceptions. Here's why I'm enforcing this requirement with an iron fist. From time to time, I will come across a red-hot crypto profit opportunity on a lesser-known cryptocurrency. When that happens, I'll immediately send out instructions to Crypto Profit Alert charter members, including specific buy instructions. But if too many people catch wind of a hot opportunity, the price will jump and those who come late to the party will be forced to buy in a higher price or may be locked out completely. This is also one of the reasons why I can only accept a strictly limited number of charter members in the Crypto Profit Alert program. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. In order to provide the high level of support that each Crypto Profit Alert member deserves, and to ensure that my under-the-radar crypto picks and trade recommendations never get watered down by a mass market audience, I've got to maintain a strict cap on the number of members I can allow in the Crypto Profit Alert program. That's why I'd urge you to take this opportunity very seriously. When we reach maximum capacity, this information page will be replaced with a "This offer now closed" message. So if this video is still up, you've got time to squeeze in before the doors slam shut. Let's recap. Here's everything you get if accepted into the Crypto Profit Alert program today. 52 weekly issues of the Crypto Profit Alert, sent by secured email for fastest delivery. Each issue contains my latest crypto recommendations, buy alerts, portfolio updates, and insider insight on what's happening right now in the crypto markets. This is an estimated value of $3,000 per year. Also, Crypto Investing for Beginners, your private online virtual tutor that teaches you everything you need to know to get started with investing in cryptos, a value of $49. The Crypto Safeguard Plan, your step-by-step plan to keeping your digital coin profits safe and secure, value of $200. The Quick Start Video Training Guide, your over-the-shoulder video designed to get you up and running and on the road to your first digital profits in minutes with a value of $300. The ICO Hot List reveals the up-and-coming monster profit opportunities that I'm monitoring right now, including the 10-cent cryptocurrency primed to deliver bigger gains than Bitcoin in the coming months. That's a value of at least $5,000. That's a real-world value of $8,549. And the simple fact is this program is worth at least twice that. Just one winning recommendation could turn a small stake into an absolute windfall. What if you took just $1,000, an amount you'd set aside for speculations like this, and split it up equally among these 3 picks last year? And let's be extra conservative. Let's pretend you only managed to capture half of these potential gains. By my count, your $333 investment on the OmiseGO ICO, assuming you only captured half of the potential gain, would have swelled to $8,896.10. Your $333 investment on Qdom's ICO, again assuming you only captured half of the potential 6,270% gain, could have jumped to $10,439.55. And finally, your $333 investment on Etherroll's ICO, also assuming you only capture half of the potential gain of 12,900%, could have skyrocketed to $21,478.50. In total, that's $40,814.50 using very conservative estimates. That kind of ROI on a small amount that you'd set aside for these types of opportunities would have anybody smiling all year round. So you can see why I think this program is easily worth $17,098, twice the established real-world value. But I'm sure you realize that I'm not going to ask you to invest anywhere near that amount today. An investment of $15,000 or even just $10,000 for this program could easily be recouped on a single home run trade. But I want to make it easy for you to get started today, so we're not asking you to invest anywhere near that amount. $5,200 would be a fair price. That breaks down to just $100 a week for an entire team of cryptocurrency traders working on your behalf, sending you the best and most promising trade recommendations each week. But that might still leave too many people on the outside looking in. I started this program to help out the average investor after all. So the price for a 1-year membership of the Crypto Profit Alert is set firmly at $3,000 per year, but not for you. As a special incentive to our charter members, I'm going to offer you a special discount that may never be offered together again. Your price for a full year of access to the Crypto Profit Alert is just $19.97. That brings your total investment today to the equivalent of just about $5 per day. Even better, you don't have to decide right now, because I'll let you join the Crypto Profit Alert on a trial basis. Review every one of my cryptocurrency recommendations for the next 60 days, bank unlimited gains, and then decide if this is right for you. Let's be honest, if you're hesitating at all on this, it's probably because you're just not quite sure if this is really something that you can do. Or you're not convinced that the kinds of windfall profits I've shown you are actually possible. For one reason or another, you're skeptical, and that's good. I'm glad you're skeptical. I do not want members looking for a shortcut to millions. Even though I must admit, investing in cryptocurrencies this year probably does offer the single quickest path to wealth. But I don't want a tiny seed of skepticism to cause you to miss out on the hottest market we've ever seen before. So here's my proposal to you. Secure your membership today in the Crypto Profit Alert. I have no doubt that we will fill to maximum capacity. Unfortunately, all the fence sitters will probably get stuck on a waiting list. I don't want that for you. So join today, under the protection of my 60-day trial period. Give me 2 months to win you over. Give me 2 months to show you that yes, you really can do this, and yes, these types of gains are real. Best case, this turns out to be the best decision you ever made. You end up making a bunch of money. You stay on board, and I'm on your Christmas card list for life. That's a win-win, right? Worst case? Well, the worst case scenario isn't really bad at all. Worst case, you discover that this just isn't right for you. You follow a couple simple instructions that make it faster and easier to process your complete money-back refund, and we part ways as friends. Christmas card's optional at that point. See, it's easy, and either way you come out on top. Besides, I predict once we close the doors on this charter membership offer, we're going to have a massive waiting list. So if you choose to drop out during your 60-day trial and let another eager investor take your spot, it's all the same to me. I only require 2 things if you want to take advantage of my overly generous money-back guarantee policy. And I'll give you a promise as well in exchange for your agreeability. Thing number 1, after we process your order, we're going to FedEx you a confidential welcome kit. If you choose to drop out at any point during your 60-day trial, just contact a support staff member here at the Profits Run headquarters for instructions on how to send that back. All the contact details you need can be found on your email receipt or inside your welcome kit. That welcome kit contains confidential and proprietary information, and we'll need to get that back if you decide this isn't for you. That's easy enough, right? Okay, then on to thing number 2. I want you to actually try. Listen, I know you might be nervous, maybe even a little bit scared. Cryptocurrencies are different from what you're used to, right? But let me ask you this. There was a time not too long ago when buying stocks on the internet was considered wildly different and weird. And you figured that out, right? Think about this. What if you had the opportunity to buy Apple stock back in the 90s, but you didn't because you thought the process was too confusing or scary? You'd be kicking yourself today. And if you made the same mistake again, you'll be kicking yourself even harder by this time next year. So listen. You promise to try, and I'll promise to make everything as easy and simple as I can. We've got online video tutorials inside the members area that you can watch at your own pace. We've got quick start videos and a complete A to Z beginner's guide to cryptocurrencies. Plus, you'll get premium level support from the entire Profits Run crew, the in-house traders, and the friendly and helpful member support team. If that's still not enough and you decide that this isn't a good fit for you, no problem. Just send us a trade log showing that you made 3 trades. They can even be practice trades or practice crypto buys. You don't have to invest real money if you're not comfortable. I just want you to get into the habit of jotting down what you bought, what price you bought it at, when you bought it, and how much you banked when you sold. This shows us that at least you put forth the effort and gave it a try. When we get your welcome kit and trade log back, we'll be sad to see you go. But we'll process your full and complete refund immediately and offer your spot to the next person on the waiting list. So truly, you've got nothing to lose here. It's time to make a decision. Are you in? And before you answer, I want to show you something. This is a chart that represents what are probably the biggest missed opportunities by investors over the past couple decades. It's true, no one can predict the future, but I know every investor has a woulda, coulda, shoulda story, and chances are it involves one of the opportunities on this list. But you'll notice this story isn't over. Just because you didn't buy Apple back in the day, just because you missed out on Bitcoin when it first launched, that doesn't mean you can't change the script right now. I'm monitoring a number of new cryptocurrencies that could take off. Start your trial of the Crypto Profit Alert membership, and I'll alert you when the next crypto on my list is primed to pop. But hurry. I expect to be sending out my next urgent buy alert recommendation in just days. So this is truly a limited time opportunity to go after life-changing windfall gains. Remember, if even one of the up-and-coming cryptos on my list take off, a tiny $100 investment could snowball into a true crypto fortune. And all you have to do to take advantage of the opportunity that's directly in front of you right now is click the button on your screen and start your 60-day trial of the Crypto Profit Alert. Let's go after this opportunity and many others together. I can't wait to see you inside the members website. Start your 60-day risk-free trial subscription to the Crypto Profit Alert now. Okay, I'm starting to see new members joining the Crypto Profit Alert already. That's awesome. I can't wait to start working with the new members inside the private Crypto Profit Alert members website. Remember, once you place your order, you'll get immediate access to the private members area, so you can see my latest crypto picks right away. I did see some questions in the chat box, so I want to take a few minutes to answer as many of those as I can right now. I may not be able to get to everybody, but I'll do as many as I can. Once I've answered your question, go ahead and start your trial membership. Is Bitcoin going to crash? Is this whole thing coming down? Honestly, the truth is, no one really knows. Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. One day they are crashing, the next day they are up really big. That can be nerve-wracking for people who don't really have any kind of strategy for extracting profits from cryptocurrency markets. That's why those who land a spot in our Crypto Profit Alert program will have a huge advantage. Crypto Profit Alert members will actually have 3 different methods for going after massive profits in the always volatile cryptocurrency markets. And I'll send Crypto Profit Alert members an instant notification when it's time to take profits off the table. So, if you land a spot in the Crypto Profit Alert program, you'll never be left wondering when to buy, when to sell. Just follow my simple and specific instructions, buy here, sell here, and rest easy while my team and I do all the hard work. Another question, is the government going to make cryptocurrencies illegal? Are we even going to be able to trade this stuff? Even if they wanted to, I'm not sure if they even could. The only way to completely ban cryptocurrencies could be to ban the entire internet. And I think we can all agree that the internet is not going away. So, it's unlikely that the slow-moving bureaucratic government would be able to successfully ban Bitcoin or cryptos. Let's face it, the government hasn't even figured out email yet. And with each passing hour, the crypto community, the number of people invested in cryptocurrencies, grows even larger. Okay, another good question. How much money can I make off this thing? And honestly, I can't give you a number here, but the sky is the limit. You've seen the stories about Bitcoin and how if you'd invested just $10 a few years back, you'd now be sitting on an absolute fortune. But that's not even the biggest gainer. A cryptocurrency called Ethereum is up 152,000% since its ICO. That's an initial coin offering, or the date when a coin is born, so to speak. A coin called IOTA went up 330,000% from its ICO. That kind of ROI could have turned a single dollar, into an amount big enough to buy a house. Another coin called NXT went up an amazing 1,477,000% since its ICO. So, the short answer is, yes, you can make a lot of money. Now remember, cryptocurrencies can be risky, so only use a portion of your portfolio in high-risk, high-reward speculations like this. Don't crack open your nest egg, but if you have a few extra dollars on you and you pick the right cryptocurrency, you can make an absolute fortune. Finding the right ICOs to invest in is the challenge, but members of the Crypto Profit Alert won't have to worry about trying to find the next Bitcoin. That's because I'll be using the power of my Spark formula to find you the best ICOs and send you my top recommendations as soon as I find a candidate that passes my strict requirements. But remember, membership in the Crypto Profit Alert is limited, so start your trial membership now. Okay, here's another good question that's very popular. Do I need a lot of money to get started with Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency? And I think this is one of the biggest reasons why we'll see more and more money flowing into cryptocurrencies in the coming years. A single share of Google or Facebook stock costs around $1,000, making these high-priced tech stocks prohibitively expensive for the average investor. Even if you could afford to buy multiple shares of these high-priced stocks, what's your best-case scenario? Maybe, and I mean maybe, you'll make 20% ROI if the stock market has a great year. Compare that to cryptocurrencies. You can buy as little of $10 worth of Bitcoin if you want, and buying into an upcoming ICOs is incredibly cheap. In June of 2016, a company called Stratus had their ICO and offered their coins for a mere 0.7 of a cent per token. That means for a measly $100, you could have purchased 14,285 Stratus coins. Only 1 year later, Stratus coins traded as high as $11.47 per coin. That's over an 81,000% return. With these kinds of returns, you only have to be right once to change your financial future forever. But remember, membership in the Crypto Profit Alert is limited, so start your trial membership now. Another good question, should I wait until cryptocurrencies become more mainstream before I invest? And this is something on a lot of people's minds, since very, very, very few people actually invest in cryptocurrencies. And the answer is, well, yeah, that you could, but if you do that, you'll miss out on what could be a life-changing opportunity. Make no mistake about it, this is the dawning of a new era in currency. This is the future of money. There is absolutely no going back now. And if you sit on the sidelines, you may be forced to live with the regret of knowing you missed out on a very good thing. Honestly, we are extremely lucky to have this opportunity right now. It's been over 300 years since there was any kind of fundamental shift in how we use money as a society. And it may be another 300 years before anything like this ever happens again. Which means right now we're at a rare moment in history. If you're bold enough to take action, it could change your family's financial future for generations to come. But remember, membership in the Crypto Profit Alert is limited, so start your trial membership now. Here's another great question. Can anybody invest in cryptocurrencies? Even me, average Joe out there. And yes, anyone can do this, even you listening right now. If you can check your email and if you've ever bought a stock online before, then you already have all the skills necessary to succeed with cryptocurrency investing. And my team and I are going to make everything super simple. I've shown my friends, my family, and even my father, a 70-year-old grandpa, how to get started with cryptocurrency investing. I understand cryptocurrencies can appear confusing at first, but I've helped people of all ages and skill levels get started with buying cryptocurrencies. And if you're able to secure a spot in the Crypto Profit Alert program, then it will be my mission to help you too. All right, another question that I'm sure is on a lot of people's minds. Is this anything like day trading? And no, not at all. Day trading involves buying stocks or investments and selling them within minutes. The trade recommendations I'll be issuing as part of the Crypto Profit Alert will last an average of 4 to 6 weeks. Or in the case of certain cryptocurrencies, you'll just want to buy and hold them forever. The nice thing about cryptocurrency markets is that they are never closed. So you can enter a trade or sell an investment during the day, at night, or even on a holiday, whenever it's convenient for you. And remember, my team and I will be doing all the hard work. We'll be spending hours a day isolating the best investment opportunities in the cryptocurrency space. I'll tell you, I am never more than a few feet from my computer or my phone because I am constantly hunting down leads and tapping the brightest minds in my network to find out which cryptocurrency offers the best chance for gains now. So you'll be reaping the benefit of my around-the-clock research efforts. But remember, membership in the Crypto Profit Alert is limited, so start your trial membership now. Okay, another question I hear a lot. Can you guarantee that I'm even going to make money off of this? And the answer is no, absolutely not. And if anyone tells you otherwise, run. If you wanted a guaranteed return on investment, head on down to your local bank and get a certificate of deposit. You'll only make 1% on your money though, and inflation is averaging 3 to 4% a year. So in a way, that's actually a guaranteed way to lose. Nothing in the cryptocurrency market is guaranteed, but I can offer you the following. I guarantee that my team and I will make the entire process of buying and selling cryptocurrencies for maximum profit simple and easy for you, even fun. I guarantee that if you don't get off the sidelines right now, and if you miss out on the incredible gains we're going after in 2018, you will absolutely regret it for the rest of your life. I guarantee that the potential gains in the cryptocurrency market will dominate the potential gains from any other traditional investments, like stocks, bonds, real estate, or even precious metals in 2018. And finally, I guarantee that Bitcoin will not be the biggest crypto gainer in 2018. It might continue to rise, but I can guarantee that a lesser-known cryptocurrency will offer up bigger gains to a small group of savvy investors who recognized the opportunity and bought in early. But remember, membership in the Crypto Profit Alert is limited, so start your trial membership now. Okay, we're running out of time now, so I'm going to have to cut this off. Remember, there's a quick start video training inside the members area, and that will answer any remaining questions you've got. So what you should do right now is start your trial membership of the Crypto Profit Alert. This is Michael James. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to start working with you once you become a member of the Crypto Profit Alert.